Okay, here we are back in Civ 5, Brave New World, and I saw an interesting mod and I decided to give it a whirl. Instead of playing as your normal run-of-the-mill civilization, this time we are playing as Cthulhu. The stars have aligned once again for you, O great and dread Cthulhu. Once, you and your star spawn ruled this planet in your name, until a great unimaginable cataclysm cast your cities beneath the waves and yourself into a death-like slumber. Over untold eons, the earth above flourished again as you waited for the stars to be right. The dreams of your great mind infected and turned the minds of many of the first sapient species to emerge, primitive humanity, turning them into minions and subjects, preparing in secret the way for your return. Now, the stars are right, and you have awoken, arising from the depths of the great ocean to lead your Julian followers in a reconquest of what is rightfully yours. It is time to make the planet yours once more. So our ability is the stars are right. A third of our faith per turn is added to the capital's science output. Holy sites produce double yield, including piety bonuses, and they also generate additional production and food. All combat units receive the Eldritch Terror promotion, which takes away 10% of combat strength from nearby units. Our unique unit is the Shoggoth. And unlike the infantry unit which it replaces, the somewhat more expensive Shoggoth comes with all the abilities of a worker, ignores terrain, and heals every turn. It heals when it defeats an enemy, and may even turn the enemy to your side. So I will admit, while this does sound extremely powerful, usually late in the game when you have infantry around, most of your fighting is probably going to be done through planes, ships, tanks. We'll have to see whether or not those actually hold any sort of redeeming value. Due to the heals, they may actually be worth something. And our unique building is the Blood Shrine. It replaces the shrine. Instead of generating 1 faith per turn, it generates 3. It also gives you an additional faith for every 4 population, and +1 food for ocean and coast tiles. So let's begin our journey, and we have 3 crabs right there. That's pretty nice. And we're on a lake, that's even better. So this actually is one of the best starts you can get. And let me take a peek over here. Okay, I'm not seeing any marble, so I'm just going to drop my city right here. And I don't know why those things keep popping up even after I disable them. We want pottery first so we can unlock the Blood Shrine. And we're going to pick up a monument before anything else. So, on that note, next turn. And this is not a live stream. Once I saw this available in the workshop on Steam, I figured I gotta do this. It's a freaking sign or something. A sign from Cthulhu, perhaps. And one thing I should give a rundown of before I go any further, this is a continents type map, standard size, which means there are 8 civs, counting myself. Difficulty Emperor, because I don't like the production bonus that the civs get higher than this, just makes the whole thing a chore to play through. And speed is epic. And we start off meeting Milan.
Here is something that may be helpful.
And we found Lake Victoria. So that's pretty nice.
A city-state has requested.
Trying to imagine what that actually looks like up there. Oh well. We found runes. And I will admit that I toyed around with this a little bit to try to figure out what sort of start bias it gets. 30 culture, that's pretty nice. My discoveries have determined that you pretty much will have a coastal start due to the whole Blood Shrine thing. But I didn't see any sort of other, like, resource bias. Like, Rome I know gets marble pretty often in close proximity since, well, you know the stories about Rome, I hope. And I'm going to pick up the tradition opener for the extra 3 culture per turn. It's also going to help my border growth. And barbarians. Sublime. Ooh, Gandhi. So Gandhi is normally a peaceful civ, at least until he gets nukes, in which case anything goes. And we have a lot of marshland. This is going to be a pain to navigate. I don't really want to expand to here, but it'd be pretty easy to defend at least. Okay, I can get back onto grassland by cutting through the stone. And we have silver right there, and dye. Okay, runes in close proximity to my city. And they gave us pottery, and we met
مرحبا أيها
Harun
العجمي.
al-Rashid of Arabia. So, we didn't get as much for return from that as ideal, but I'll take it nonetheless. Into writing we go. And we queue up our blood shrine. Citizen management. Okay, that's fine. I want to move on to the crabs sooner rather than later. So, let's lock them in place. I want to see if there's another city-state that I can meet for the extra gold before I just throw up a tent by one of the city-states to try to jack a worker, and there is one right here. Map of barbarian encampments, don't really give a damn, and there's marble. So I'm going to take the Liberty Opener to get an extra culture per turn, and I can start working from there. Mombasa. And we're the first ones to meet them, so Harun al-Rashid walked right past this. Copper. Yeah, I definitely need to go here. And one thing I can talk about is the lake qualifies as fresh water, so I don't actually have to build the hanging gardens if I don't want them to.
شورای ماده دانه اکرب شو
Asher
دردینا
Banapal.
کایا انا امرutalik.
So we're on the same continent as the Assyrians. They have siege towers for an early unit, which makes them actually pretty dangerous. Hopefully I don't have to butt heads with them too early, otherwise that's kind of a losing proposition.
Mahera.
Oh crud, they have writing researched already. So my shrine is finished. Going to queue up a scout that'll finish at the same time as writing, and I can move towards the Great Library. Wow. Okay, guessing one of the people in the game with us is Boudica, or whatever the cult leader is named. But we should be able to make up lost ground relatively soon. As for Mombasa, I'm going to go ahead and throw up the tent there while I wait for a worker to emerge. With the blood shrine complete, I actually do have the additional food tiles for those now, but I want to leave the production on so that I can actually finish stuff reasonably. As more and more citizens are born, I can just put them on the crab tiles and go from there.
मेरे दोस्त
So, I will make a declaration of friendship with Gandhi to get him off my back. He's also one of the civs with early game power due to his elephants. So, don't want to fight them just yet. Gonna go for animal husbandry, and I'm going to look over here for a worker. Milan is a culture state. Those are usually the ones I like to get early so I can get social policies, but worker takes priority. And the social policy I picked up was Republic. Gives me extra production in a city and 5% towards buildings, which will hopefully allow me to... Shit. Didn't mean to move him. And I need to cancel that mission. I'm going to pick up Monument of the Gods to speed up the library since I really, really want that. It'll give me a tech advantage to help close the gap real early between me and the other civs. Plus, it's a free
Maheda,
library.
Ebishak Ketsip.
He knows where I am, but at the very least I want to know where he is. And there's a sir. Oh great, barbarians. So if they have a worker, it's not actually going to be coming out. If the Assyrians want to fight them, that's all well and good. I'm going to go peek on Budapest. Milan's under attack, don't care. And here's one of the boring parts of the game.
Thou shalt not.
Ooh, horses. Only 2 though. Still, that's workable. Nothing. As for what I'm going to build next, I need calendar and masonry. Going to... let's get calendar so I can get the incense online. Ah, horses over here. 4 of them. And 4 more. No worker yet. Busiest people, I'm second with 8 production. Mombasa no longer needs help, good for them. Gonna explore a bit more and see if I can find anything down there while I wait. If I want to actually take the guy off here, I can get 5 turns off of it. I think that's actually going to be worth it at the moment. Without a worker, I don't really have a way to improve tiles to get happiness, so a lot of population growth right now won't actually help me too much.
मेरे दोस्त क्या इस
And Gandhi's tile is the pious, that means he's going through the piety tree. Could be good for us. It's possible he has one of the pantheons that's been established. If I want a religion, it's going to cost 300 faith. And yes, I am trespassing, but I need to steal a worker. I don't want to be one of those chumps that has to build or buy theirs. Let's peek on Milan. As for culture, 8 turns until our next policy. And this is getting a little annoying.
So teach us.
Ah, There's the worker. Let's go ahead and queue up mining, and I'm going to bring the warrior over for that. In the meantime, the scout is going to be heading back down here for dishonest reasons. Well, I shouldn't say dishonest, I should say less than heroic reasons. Public declaration from India. New pantheon has been founded. God of the Sea. Makes me wonder if that's the Japanese or something. And nothing. We're down to 3 happiness. Seven turns on the library. Hopefully we get that. If not, that's going to set us back quite a bit. Collective rule. Yeah, it's worth it at the moment. But I'm going to wait a couple turns for the scout to arrive. And I'm going to use my Pledge of Protection on Milan to increase my... what's it called? Influence with them. Oh, crap. Okay, that's not exactly a good thing. I'm going to turtle for a second while I wait for him to move or do something. And I want that marble. So, if I drop my settler here, I will get the stone, I can get the copper, the horses. I think this is probably the best place. It's going to be a little tricky to defend, but I think I can make it work. And sadly, that will put me on ground that's much, much closer to the Assyrians. So come on, Milan, blast them for me. And they can't make it easy for me, can they? Barbarians right next to where I want to go. So next turn I should be able to get that. For this turn, I'm going to only move one space so I can create the city next turn, wipe out that camp. Two turns on the library. And due to the zone of influence, I can't create it this turn, but the barbarian shouldn't be able to kill my scout, which is the key thing. Damn it! Hopefully no one goes and poaches that. And I must have turned the voice off. For our free tech, we are going to take philosophy. It's either that or drama and poetry, and I think you get a better return from philosophy. That does
He
kick us
who
into the
knows others
classical
is
era, though.
wise. He who knows himself is enlightened.
And it's still 300 faith until the next great prophet can appear. Normally around this time I'd rush a settler, but is there actually a good spot for a third city just yet? If there is, it'd probably be somewhere up here, which I haven't had the chance to explore, so... Granary... National College won't help me at the moment, but Caravan can. And I probably had to give the worker back if I wanted to win them over, but that kind of defeats the whole plot I was trying to cook up. So, while the grassland is pretty tempting, I definitely need the marble and the copper. Horses also just sweeten the deal entirely. As for the scout, we're gonna have him healed for now. And the brood is dead. As for the worker, we need to address our happiness problem. So, incense first. Now that I think about it, I never took the guy off the production tile. It's gonna slow down the caravan, but not a problem. And now we can see the iron. Okay, we actually have two within this city. None over there. Okay, 2 is workable. I won't be able to have a lot of sword units, but I can still get by, which is the key thing. Going to have the warrior heal up, and we can start working on getting that incense online. And there's Nineveh. So that is making me think that a confrontation with the Assyrians is unavoidable. And... okay, that's Harun al-Rashid. This might upset Ashurbanipal, but I wanted that cattle. I'm gonna lock him in on the marble tile so this place can still grow. Actually, hold on, I'm unhappy, so... yeah, it's best to put it on the monument. So we drop an apology, and all is well with the world. Let's gonna be a little tricky to distinguish my guys from theirs, but we'll try. Smarkhand. It's looking like we're on the northern side of this world. And hopefully it's just the 4 of us on this continent. If there's more, I can be at a disadvantage.
Behalf to the Arab.
And if I really wanted to create a 3rd city, my best bet would actually be somewhere over here so that I could get the dye, stone, cotton. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. One of those 2 tiles would actually do it. And sadly that will risk pissing off the Assyrians, so we'll have to see how things play out. As for Medina, that should be far enough away from me that won't cause any issues. And my worker's all healed up now. And I'm gonna do it. So, Budapest is not going to be happy with me for a while, but I'll deal with it. I'm going to change gears from masonry since I can now have someone go work on the marble. And I don't really want the pyramids, to be honest. Mausoleum of Halicarnassus might not be bad. No, marble first. Incense is online, so we no longer have the unhappiness problem. Now I need to get the horses and the iron up. Not the people I wanted to see. As for the horses, I'm going to sell those for gold. And our caravan is now finished. Gandhi has 2 texts that I need. And Mombasa is actually pretty safe to send it to, I think. Gonna go for the greedy route. Hopefully I don't get burned here. As for here, I'm gonna get the blood shrine. And I can actually try to grow the place a bit. Queue up the settler. For the guy that was just born, I'm gonna put him on the hill. And my goal is to create the third city here so they'll have river access. Let's see. Ah, the Arabians are sending a caravan to me. That's good. It's gonna give me science and the gold bonus. Or is he the one who gives the gold bonus to other civs?
تعال دعنا نتاجر.
No, it's Morocco, not Arabia, that does that. So he has 15 happiness. I have 2. Next turn is masonry, so I'm going to have the workers sit there. And let's start whittling away at this. Ashurbanipal in the classical era.
How happy.
And we're going back for the wheel. So for my next social policy, I am going to get a third worker. I'm going to ultimately send it to my third city. But I'm going to have it upgrade as I go, namely this food tile. Yeah, Gandhi has room to expand over here, but the way his civ works is that he wants to have a few very, very populated cities. So he should actually be going in the tradition route. And we have a little bit of a friendship block going here. Meanwhile, Ashurbanipal is
Wisdom
on
and
the
virtue
move.
are like.
Due to the archer, I can't afford to actually sit there, and there's a city-state down here. And King Solomon's Mine. That's pretty nice. Gives 6 production, but it's already been claimed by a city-state. And one thing I should mention, whenever you discover wonder, it does give you happiness, so that's one more to help alleviate my problem. And I'm probably going to end up having to become a copper merchant this game, which isn't exactly bad. And this place does not have a lot of anything, sadly. Definitely needs some work to get going. I don't see the archer, so I'm going to make another attempt on this camp. Might be able to get it next turn. Harun al-Rashid entered the classical era, and was that Gandhi? That's just an unmet player. And there's the archer. horses online. I can go sell those to someone. Ashurbanipal is the one that I kind of want to get. He covets
Halaka,
lands I
Damek.
already own, and he has concerns about my warmongering, quote
Anak.
unquote.
Maheda ebisha ketsip.
And I'm kind of hoping that the trade
Halaka,
recently is going to help deter him, since he has an earlier power spike than I do. But I definitely need to get an archer in Leng so I can start corrupting his guys if they decide to pick a fight over there. And I'm going to send the settler the long way. Bad news is, he could kill my caravan if it happens to come by while he's there, so I definitely need to get a move on and try to chase him out. Yep, he pillaged my incense. I kind of knew that was coming. Going to get the iron online. And Gandhi's in last at the moment. And right there is my caravan, so my fears, okay, are not going to come to pass. Scout can take over the escort duty from here. This guy needs to heal up. Okay, marble online. Going to go for the horses so I can try to continue selling those for more and more money. And I need to actually get the incense back before the iron so that I don't go too far into unhappiness when I create this city. It's right here where I want to create it. Three turns. I'll wait.
تعال. دع.
Yeah, I'll create an embassy with Harun al-Rashid.
Three.
And mathematics for the Hanging Garden in case I actually do want to build it. And if I go here, I will lose out on the dye, so this is the optimal place. And hopefully that doesn't piss them off too bad. Okay, as much as I want the horses, it looks like I may need the copper. Medina... Yeah, they don't have the happiness problems I do at the moment. But these 3 cities should actually last me quite a while and actually allow me to do a few different things. Hopefully one of them being withstand Ashurbanipal's early game. Once we get past the siege towers, he's actually much more manageable. And his unique ability, if you're not familiar with it, is whenever he takes a city that he hasn't captured before, regardless of whether or not he decides to keep it or burn it down, he gets 1 random tech from you that you have that he doesn't. So, allows him to really catch up in terms of technology if you underestimate him. And one of the things that does suck about this is with these marsh tiles, that is going to slow down incoming invaders, but if I want to actually make something out of them, I have to drain the marsh, which, like, doubles the improvement time. Hopefully I expand this way first, and I can deal with these later. But these tiles are something that's going to help me against him, as well as having the river here. Ultimately, I do need to get an archer in that city as well, but I'm falling a bit behind in other things.
मेरे दोस्त, क्या इस इंतजाम
not even
में
that
आपकी
rich.
दिलचस्पी है?
I hate it when they come to you asking for handouts. I don't know if that actually does negatively impact your relationship with them, but still, that... These are supposed to be leaders, damn it. They could at least act like they are supposed to look in books instead of acting like they actually are. Anyway, over here... Stoneworks is nice that it will improve the production on the marble and give me an extra production happiness, but it's going to take a long time to build, which is the downside. I need some improvements done over there bad. Going to move the scout so I can see if that really is an invasion force coming my way. In the meantime, I'm going to send that archer over there. And over here I'm going to make a stab at the mausoleum, even though it's a bit late.
Halaka Damik.
And I don't have anything to trade with him, but he actually has a nice little war chest building there. Really, as long as I don't see siege towers, I should be okay. And I can't really emphasize the should part enough. Okay, we grew here. 11 turns until I expand to that. I'm not going to bother locking down the tile or anything. 3 turns on the mine. And let's see if I can sell him any iron.
Halaka Damik.
Now, I'm not worried about giving him
Shut
strategic
Ketsit.
resources, because if he declares war, those will revert to me. Any units that he built that's actually relying on those will actually receive a penalty to their attack power, weakening them even further than my terror already inflicts on them. And I guess I have 2 Arab caravans coming into my
Mathematics is
places. This one has grown. Let's go ahead and pick up sailing. Composite bow is going to sit there for now. And we'll work on the stone. As for this place, Milan wants this, so I'm going to go ahead and send it to them because it's a shorter, safer route in case a war does break out. And if I can actually get them allied, that's going to give me more culture per turn, which means more social policies. Let's see what happens this coming turn. And Budapest is still pissed at me. So I'm getting an extra 3 culture per turn. 16 turns until my next social policy. Copper is online. And we have an Arab settler. He shouldn't be able to settle in any of these places. He can move down here to try risking pissing someone off. He could go over here. That kind of makes me want to hurry up and buy the dye. Okay, worst come to worst, I'll still have that. Can't sell within 4 tiles of a city. Yeah, I don't think you can actually settle over here. Maybe like right here, but that's not a really good spot. But then again, AI doesn't care. Okay.
تعال دعنا
Yeah, I
نتاجر.
just waste a lot of money trying to make sure you don't steal a resource from me.
मेरे
Gonna
दोस्त
renew my declaration of friendship with India. And actually he can go down here, in which case he's not my problem. He'll be Ashurbanipal's. Okay, that's gonna speed up production here.
he.
Ooh, engineering. That's kind of tempting. That's going to give me the Great Wall. And I'm going to try to get the dyes online so I can just be happier. As for Leng, I need to get the horses online so I can sell those to Arabia and India. And hopefully just roll around in my profits. Go the whole Scrooge McDuck style on it. Eventually I can get my guys to build a money pit, dive head first into it, and unlike the cartoons, actually break my neck in the process. And on that morbid note... Harun al-Rashid has Stonehenge. Milan is in awe of us. And we are now allies with them. So instead of getting 3 culture per turn, I'm actually getting 6 from them now. That helps considerably. Mumbai. Yeah, Harun needs to look east if he's going to settle anywhere, and I don't know how far it goes past Mecca. That settler he built may be going to waste. Now, it's definitely a good idea to build this third city to keep him over there. And I'm not putting this on alert because I want to keep getting my attention pulled down here to see if anything's building up. That's the reason why I'm doing that. And I just gotta keep an eye out for my improvements. And one thing I can do is, let's pull up diplomacy overview. I can go to global politics. And, ooh, I got my great prophet. So, Ashurbanipal only has piety. That means he can't build the Hanging Gardens. Harun al-Rashid can because he has the tradition unlocked, but otherwise they're all going heavy in piety. And my great prophet. Now, I'm not going to do what I planned on doing in the Inca video. There's actually a religion that's tied into this, and that's what I plan on using this great prophet for. So we are going to create the Call of Cthulhu religion. Founder belief is going to be tithe, so I get gold for my followers. And my follower belief is going to be pagodas. That's going to give faith, culture, and most important of all, happiness. And we even have our own little squid symbol. The people who made this mod definitely went to the extra mile, I'd say. And a new religion is founded. Catholicism. And Protestantism. Yeah, looks like Ashurbanipal has been pacified for the moment. That's going to actually free up all the production needed to finish the monument. And the quarry is done, so I'm going to take this guy... Ooh. Reset tiles. I want to lock in him, 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 him. Actually, I'd rather have that guy on that one. Those two, for all intents and purposes, are the same. I just need to take the guy off the hill once this is no longer being sieged by a pirate. Anyway, anything else I can... Oh, the scout. So, I'm not seeing anything down here, but an Indian caravan is going to Assur. As for this place, while the blood shrine is nice, I think the watermill takes priority. This you can only build next to a city, well, you can only build it on a city next to a river tile. Gives you 2 food, 1 production, but it does cost you 2 gold per turn in maintenance, so it's not perfect. And I just unlocked the cotton tile, so I can definitely alleviate my happiness issues. Anyway, we'll go ahead and create a farm here. Once I have civil service unlocked, the freshwater access is going to make that even better. In the meantime, I'm still not seeing anything there. And Harun al-Rashid is higher than Gandhi, so let's see if he has anything to...
Assalamu alaikum.
No, he has negative money. Per turn, that is. Gandhi.
मैं आपकी शांति की कामना करता हूँ.
Can I interest you in one horse?
Huh?
Okay, I'll take that.
हम सहम
Since I have a declaration of friendship with them, I'm actually able to trade for immediate money, otherwise you can only trade for gold per turn. That's something new as of Brave New World. Harun al-Rashid. He covets lands I own, but I have the embassy to help offset that. And there it is, the siege tower. So if that's on my border, I should be expecting the worst. Going to move the scout into position to at least help serve as a meat shield and spread my terror influence. Temple of Artemis was built, that's fine, I don't want to build that one anyway. And let's finish getting this pasture online. World's busiest people. I'm number 3, with the 2 top ones being unknown to us at the moment. Not good since they can beat me to certain wonders, but maybe we can bridge the gap. He has 2 archers. Did he solve his gold problems
السلام
yet?
عليكم.
Can I interest you in
ماذا
one
كنت تقول؟
horse? No, he doesn't want a horse at all. Okay. And it looks like he can't decide whether or not he wants to go to war with me. I don't want to pick a fight with him while he has that siege tower, since that's his unique unit. And I'm going to pick up representation here to send in a golden age and decrease the cost of future policies. Why are his workers all the way out here? And I don't really care to lock down anything other than those. Other horses online, so that's going to speed up my production even more there. And I'm going to need to build walls here once I get the chance. I even could actually try to build the Great Wall here. We'll have to see what things look like in a couple turns. $450 for the next great profit. And we now have our die. Going to get the stone online so I have some extra production in that place. And let's get the other copper online. If I don't go to war, I can trade it. So this will unlock engineering, and we still need to hope that no one beats us to the mausoleum of Helicarnassus in the next couple turns. If they do, we'll still get some gold out of it, so it's not the end of the world.
Instrumental.
It's just I'd rather have that. Going to grab optics. Let's go. Yeah, optics would actually be pretty cool here since I can build a lighthouse. And I can already see I'm going to have some trouble here distinguishing my guys from Harun al-Rashid's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to queue up a road. Great Wall will take 25 turns. Okay, last chance for someone to steal this from us. Cross your fingers, guys. So we get 100 gold every time we use a great person, and our marble and stone in the city are worth an extra 2 gold. I don't remember offhand. I can take a quick peek right here. Yeah, it's worth 2 gold, so we're getting extra gold from this tile now. As for here, I could work on the Oracle and just say to hell with the Hanging Gardens. The extra food is nice for growing this out. That will definitely make this my great person generator. Otherwise, my other options would be Granary won't help too much. I can't build a lighthouse just yet. Pyramids, I don't really need the workers, even though the tile improvement speed would be appreciated. Oracle, Hanging Gardens. And I actually could sell more horses to Ashurbanipal to keep him appeased and ideally poor.
Halaka Damik. Shuterdi.
So if I were to sell you 4 more horses, I can get your 4
Mahera
gold per turn.
Epishak
Still waiting on the quarry. And Arabia now has Islam in Mecca. So I'm not really going to be able to be friends with Harun late game. That religion is going to drive a wedge between us. And he has swordsmen. Can't really see his iron.
Assalamu alaikum.
It says I have iron, but... Oh, it's the 6 from Milan, that's why I can't sell those. Okay, makes sense. And I can tear that apart as long as it doesn't have any
He made an
support.
instrument to know if the moon shine at full or no.
So we have our 4th citizen here, and the cattle is now online. Gonna need trapping so I can work my way up to civil service. And I don't have any tiles by a mountain, so I can't build Machu Picchu. Chichen Itza is a possibility, but we'll see as the time comes. And his bows have yet to be upgraded. Okay, I now have an extra copper that I could try to trade with someone like
Halaka
him.
Damik.
Oh, he has copper, so he's not interested.
Shuterdi.
Now, all the deals I made have actually started to bankrupt him. He's losing 8 gold per turn. In 10 turns, he's going to only have 13 left. 12, he'll actually be running a deficit. In which case, he'll actually get a resource penalty, so his guys will be much weaker since they aren't getting paid. Or fed, or however you wish to think of it. So we have that going in our advantage right now. And let's see if anyone's going to offer me anything for the copper. The bad news is when he declares war, the deals will revert, so I won't actually have that leverage on him anymore. Golden Age has ended. That sucks. And let's work on the sheep. Petra was built, that's fine. I don't have desert tile to take advantage of it. Had I built this way, I actually could have, but no.
Even
Okay, I'm gonna go for horseback riding. As for the caravan, I actually want to keep this in Milan since it's relatively safer there. Let's lock him in place. And the water wheel is slowly coming along. The advantage of the road is going to be that I'll be able to move units back and forth here much more rapidly. I could create something back here and then ship it to the front. But I think this place may have more production come late.
Halaka Damik.
And one deal has reverted, so he's not losing as much as he used to be. Let's see if Gandhi has anything to trade me.
मैं आपकी शांति की कामना करता हूँ.
Can I interest you in 3 horses? Or, oops, wrong key. 3 horses.
बहुत खूब.
2 horses.
नहीं.
A horse. Okay, he will take 1.
मेरे दोस्त.
India has a pantheon for pastures. Lighthouse is 550, but I can create a caravan here and generate an extra 3 gold per turn. It's gonna take a while to actually make up the lost gold from doing this, but I don't really have anything else to spend my gold on at the moment. I will get a gold surge once I finally finish this road. And now it's starting to actually look like an invasion force building up there. Mombasa. I think that's my best bet. Okay, next turn. And it may be boring, but I have some early game powers on my borders, so survival is what comes first. As for the scout, we'll pass the turn. He has that siege tower, but luckily he's not using it. Problem is, I know he has a lot more than just that, so hopefully he goes after Harun al-Rashid or something until I am further along. Okay, with the water wheel, let's go ahead and build our shrine. I won't be able to take advantage of the ocean tiles that come with it, but that's not really the issue at the moment. Unmet players entered medieval era, so that means someone passed me. And we're starting to lose grip on Milan, so the culture will slow down. Going to lose 3, it's going to go down to 18. It's probably going to take 10 turns to... I don't feel like going through the math. Right now I just want to get that road online. Aw, man, I have to get currency before civil service? What? That sucks. No longer ally. 7 turns until the next social policy. And I guess that's as good a place as any. Until I upgrade the hills, at least I'm keeping production going. And I'm wondering if I should actually build a fort here. Food for thought. So he has 2 swords. Malacca and Assyria are now friends. Two turns on that road. I am going to build a road here to link all my cities together. But that road is finished now, so I should get a bit of a gold surge. 9 to 17. So many things to upgrade. And as long as I can get that fort up, I should be in the clear. The Great Wall should be finished before then. That's going to slow down enemy movement inside of my territory and basically help keep him at bay. Another player went medieval. Definitely need to start getting my libraries online so I can actually keep up in terms of tech rather than just relying on my faith to supplement it. New religion. Zoroastrianism in Assur. Crap. Okay, we're going for the library and then I'll go back for the stoneworks. And we'll go a little bit further. I'll see if I can complete those 2 wonders and then we'll stop the video. Harun al-Rashid, he still covets my land, too damn bad. And this will help alleviate my happiness problem, and I can pick up a great engineer to rush another wonder. So we have Wilbur Wright. Gonna have him sit in the capital for the time being. Sword and siege tower. Fort in 3 turns. Okay, he's showing his fangs at the moment. So we get a free social policy, and I think I'm going to unlock patronage. This will... Actually, I could go for this. It's kind of late. When building wonders... Yeah, I'll go for it for now. Terracotta army, not really interested. 375. And this is 1 hour and 20 minutes so far, so I'm going to stop here and we'll pick up here in the next part. I'll think about what to do and you'll find out my decision in the next part. Anyway, war is looming on the horizon. We'll have to see what the future holds. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.